and spark a legal firestorm. Whoopi Goldberg, known for her bold opinions on The View, has found herself in the middle of a controversy that's not just about bad words, but about defamation, power, and the consequences of media influence. Today, we're diving into why Whoopi's words cost her a 2-week suspension and how Elon Musk's $80 million lawsuit might have just set a new precedent for media accountability. Let's break it down. These controversial comments. It all started when Whoopi Goldberg made a stunning accusation about Elon Musk and Ohio Senator J.D. Vance. On live television, she claimed they were secretly working together to silence Donald Trump. Now, these were some pretty bold words, and not just in the context of daytime TV drama. It wasn't just a throwaway comment. It was a serious charge, one that Musk wasn't going to take lightly. Whoopi was one of the most prominent voices on The View, and wasn't afraid to speak her mind. But this time, her words crossed a line for some. Musk, a tech mogul with a reputation for defending his brand fiercely, wasn't just going to brush off what he saw as an attack on his character. It was a moment that seemed like just another piece of celebrity gossip at first, until it wasn't. Musk's legal move: enter the courtroom. Drama. Musk, refusing to let the comments slide, decided to take matters into his own hands. He filed an $80 million defamation lawsuit against Whoopi Goldberg and The View, accusing them of spreading false information. To Musk, this wasn't just a case of being offended. It was about protecting his reputation as a billionaire and a public figure. His lawsuit argued that Whoopi's claims painted him as a threat to democracy, which he vehemently denied. And considering Musk's massive influence and power, this wasn't just a personal matter. This was a fight to preserve his brand, and, in his eyes, his very character. Musk has always prided himself on being a champion of free speech, but he also knows that in the world of media, words can be a weapon. It wasn't just about The View throwing shade at him. This was about the impact of public figures spreading claims that could tear down reputations with no real evidence behind them. And Musk wasn't going to let that stand. Whoopi's bizarre response. At first, Whoopi tried to downplay the situation, claiming her words were misunderstood. She even came up with a bizarre excuse, that she was referring to her cat tripping her at home, not making a political statement. It was an explanation that didn't quite add up, and it certainly didn't help her cause. While some might have seen it as an innocent misunderstanding, others saw it as an attempt to dodge responsibility for her words. Musk's legal team wasted no time jumping on this, seeing her excuse as proof that The View didn't have a solid defense for their reckless comments. The situation went from bad to worse, with fans on both sides of the argument growing increasingly frustrated. Supporters of Whoopi called her suspension an overreaction, while critics said it was too little, too late. The media frenzy was just beginning, the federal investigation. And just when things seemed like they couldn't escalate further, federal authorities got involved. Yes, you heard that right. The FBI started looking into whether Whoopi's statements posed any real legal or security risks. This wasn't just about words on a talk show anymore. The question on everyone's mind was whether the spreading of false accusations could have larger consequences. Musk's legal team saw this as a powerful development. They now had proof that the situation was bigger than just a defamation case. It was about accountability in the media. The involvement of federal authorities was no small deal. It turned up the heat on The View, making the situation even more intense. Now, it wasn't just about Whoopi's suspension. It was about the broader issue of media responsibility. Whoopi's suspension. In the wake of the growing media storm, ABC News decided that it was time for Whoopi to take a break. She was suspended from The View for 2 weeks to reflect on her wrong and hurtful comments. But the big question was this suspension really about giving Whoopi time to reflect? Or was it a calculated move by the network to distance itself from the mounting controversy? The timing of the suspension raised some eyebrows. Was it simply about letting Whoopi cool off? Or did ABC have to act quickly to protect the show's brand? After all, The View was now at the center of a high-profile, Legal case, with Musk's lawsuit hanging over it like a dark cloud. Some insiders believe that Whoopi, overwhelmed by the backlash, needed some time out of the media spotlight. But others argue it was more about minimizing the damage to The View's reputation. Public reactions and social media storm. As the news spread, social media went into overdrive. Fans, critics, and everyone in between voiced their opinions, sparking intense debates over whether Whoopi's comments were justified or out of line. Some people rallied behind her, arguing that she was just sharing her opinion, while others condemned her for spreading false and damaging information. The situation quickly morphed into a wider conversation about media responsibility. Was The View guilty of reckless commentary? Were they blurring the line between entertainment and journalism, making bold claims without checking the facts? The public didn't just focus on this one incident. They began to question the show's entire approach to its platform. For Musk's supporters, this was a clear case of media figures being held accountable for their words. They saw the lawsuit as a much-needed check on media sensationalism. Others, though, felt that it was just another example of the media going too far in an attempt to stay relevant. Bigger picture, a new era of media accountability? Musk's victory in court set a powerful precedent, not just for him, but for anyone who has been wronged by careless commentary from public figures. The $80 million lawsuit and its outcome raised serious questions about the role of the media in shaping public narratives. This case didn't just put Whoopi on trial. It put the entire media landscape under a microscope. If Musk can successfully sue for defamation, could others follow suit? And more importantly, would this force media outlets to think twice about what they say on air or publish online? Could this be the beginning of a new era of media accountability, where public figures and outlets have to face real consequences for their words? The aftermath. What's next for Whoopi and the media? With Whoopi suspended, the media fallout was far from over. The questions surrounding her comments and Musk's lawsuit continue to resonate. What does this mean for her future on The View? Will she return after her suspension, or has the damage already been done? And what about The View itself? Will the show adjust its approach to avoid further legal headaches? The larger questions raised by this situation remain unresolved. What happens when media figures push the boundaries of free speech too far? Will Musk's victory change how celebrities and media outlets operate in the public eye? As more and more people express frustration with The View and other shows like it, it's clear that the battle for truth in media is far from over. One thing's for sure. With Musk's $80 million win, public figures and media personalities will have to tread carefully moving forward. No one is safe from the power of the law when it comes to damaging reputations. Conclusion. What's your take? So, with Whoopi suspended and Musk celebrating his court victory, what do we take away from this whirlwind of a story? Was Whoopi's removal justified, or was it an overreaction? Did Musk's legal win set a new standard for how media outlets should treat public figures? And how does this affect our trust in the media as a whole? The battle over Whoopi's words might be over for now, but the conversation it sparked is just beginning. Was this a case of justice, or an attack on free speech? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates as this story continues to unfold.